Eat this to avoid dialysis forever. Why didn't anyone tell you? No one expected him to survive. Not the doctors. Not even his own family. He had reached stage 5 kidney disease. His creatinine was off the charts. Dialysis wasn't just recommended, it was urgent. But even dialysis failed. His body was shutting down. He could barely walk. His skin turned pale. He thought this was the end. But then, something unexpected happened. Something no doctor could explain. Instead of getting worse, his kidneys started to recover. Stage 5 turned into stage 4. And for the first time in months, his GFR improved. How? It wasn't a new drug. It wasn't some miracle machine. It was food. In this video, I'll tell you exactly what he ate every single day to avoid dialysis and bring his kidneys back to life. Today's video is not just about advice. It's about something that could literally save your kidneys, and maybe even your life. We're not here to talk theory. We're here to uncover something real. Something that worked for a real person, facing a real-life death sentence called dialysis. This video is about what actually works for kidney patients. Not just pills. Not just promises. But the one thing we ignore the most, the food we eat. Doctors may tell you to eat less protein. But what does that really mean? What foods should you actually eat? Let me tell you about a case that shocked even the medical world. A study published in the World Journal of Nephrology and Urology documented the story of an 81-year-old man. He had stage 5 kidney disease. He was told he needed dialysis immediately, but he refused. Instead, he followed a strict low-protein diet with discipline and precision. And guess what? Not only did he avoid dialysis, his kidney numbers actually got better. He stabilized. He lived longer and stronger than anyone predicted. And today, we're going to break down exactly what he ate. The fruits, the vegetables, even the overlooked foods that made all the difference. Let's start with the fruits that saved his kidneys. So what did this man eat that helped him fight off dialysis and reverse stage 5 kidney disease? Let's begin with the simplest, most overlooked kidney-saving foods on the planet: fruits. Yes, fruits. You might be surprised, because most kidney patients are scared of fruits. Too much sugar. Too much potassium. But here's what no one tells you. Not all fruits are dangerous. And many of them, they have zero protein. Which means they don't burden your kidneys. In fact, some fruits are like medicine for your kidneys. Let's start with one you probably didn't expect. Mango. Sweet, juicy, tropical. But did you know it's packed with antioxidants like mangifrin? This compound has been shown to reduce inflammation, protect against diabetes, and even slow the progression of kidney damage. People often say mangoes are too sugary. But here's the truth. They're also full of fiber, which helps manage blood sugar more effectively and supports your gut health, which is deeply connected to kidney function. And let's not forget the vitamins. Vitamin A, C, E, all packed inside. Now here's the second fruit he ate daily. Avocado. Yes, avocados contain fat. But it's the kind of fat that heals. Monounsaturated fat. Anti-inflammatory. Heart protective. Kidney friendly. Avocados are loaded with vitamin C, E, K, and B6. And even better, they're low in carbs, rich in fiber, and most importantly for kidney patients, they're low in potassium compared to bananas or oranges. This means they nourish your body without overloading your kidneys. These two fruits, mango and avocado, became his daily habit, not as a dessert, not as a cheat, but as a part of his treatment. And that brings us to something important. It's not just about one fruit or one food. It's about a pattern. A diet that's low in protein, sodium, and phosphorus, but high in vitamins, antioxidants, and plant power. That's how kidneys heal. But we're not done yet. Some of the most powerful fruits are the ones you never think about. Let's talk about those next. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever eaten a fruit that felt like it came from another world? A fruit so unique, so colorful, that it didn't just taste good, it made your body feel lighter. That's what we're talking about next. You see, this man didn't stick to just common fruits. He understood one powerful truth. Variety heals. That's why he included fruits that many people overlook, but that hold incredible power for kidney health. Let's start with papaya. You've seen it. Maybe you've had it once or twice. But did you know papaya is one of the most healing fruits for kidney patients? It's rich in antioxidants like lycopene and beta-carotene that reduce inflammation in your blood vessels and kidneys. It supports heart health. And it can help regulate blood pressure, which is critical when your kidneys are under stress. But here's the surprise. Papaya also contains iron. And for people with kidney issues who often suffer from anemia, that matters a lot. It also has something most fruits lack: magnesium. In fact, papaya contains more magnesium than most other fruits. Magnesium helps control blood pressure, blood sugar, and nerve function. One more thing. It's easy to digest, perfect for weak digestive systems. And then there's dragon fruit. Bright pink, spiky, almost alien looking. But inside? It holds pure magic for your kidneys. Dragon fruit helps reduce oxidative stress, supports gut health, and is incredibly low in calories and sugar, making it ideal for people with diabetes and kidney disease. It's not just beautiful, it's functional. And yes, this man made it a regular part of his week. So don't stick to the same 2 to 3 fruits. Your kidneys need more than that. They need color, variety, and nature's pharmacy. And speaking of confusion, let's clear up a common myth that's been stopping many kidney patients from healing. Now, maybe you're thinking, wait a minute, I already eat plant-based. I'm vegetarian. Isn't that enough? But here's the twist that almost no one talks about. A vegetarian diet is not the same as a renal diet. Let me explain. Yes, vegetarian food can be healthy. But if your kidneys are failing, you need something far more precise. A renal diet isn't about lifestyle or beliefs. It's not about avoiding meat for ethical reasons. It's about survival. It's about controlling the exact substances that are silently damaging your kidneys every single day. And guess what? Even many plant-based foods can be harmful if your kidneys are weak. Take lentils, black beans, or lima beans. They're healthy, right? Yes, for the average person. But they're also packed with protein and phosphorus. That's a heavy burden on damaged kidneys. In fact, many patients switch to vegetarianism, thinking they're doing the right thing. But they end up consuming too much plant protein. That's why a renal diet has to be custom-built. It's not just about plants. It's about the right plants, the right balance, at the right time. Surprisingly, some animal-based foods are actually better for late-stage kidney disease than certain plant-based ones. For example, egg whites. They're a rare source of complete protein with very low phosphorus. They help prevent muscle loss without increasing your creatinine or toxin buildup. The key is this. When you're dealing with CKD, you're not following a fad diet. You're following a medical prescription. One that happens to come from your plate, not a pharmacy. And now that we understand the difference, let's talk about something even more unexpected. Something most people, doctors included, ignore. A small problem that turned out to be a huge obstacle in healing. Now, here's something that most kidney patients don't hear about: something nobody expects. When this man was following his kidney-friendly diet, he started facing a new problem. A problem that many people with kidney disease struggle with: constipation. You might think, isn't that just a minor issue? But let me tell you, in the world of kidney health, constipation is a huge deal. Why? Because the gut and the kidneys are closely connected. What happens in your gut directly impacts how well your kidneys function. The gut is like a battlefield, where toxins, waste, and inflammation can either hurt or heal your kidneys. If you're constipated, your body can't get rid of waste and toxins properly. These toxins build up, making your kidneys work overtime. And when kidneys are already struggling, that's dangerous. One of the biggest challenges is potassium. In the past, kidney patients were told to avoid high potassium fruits and vegetables. But restricting these foods too much, that can backfire. Here's the thing. Fiber is a critical part of the diet. It helps with bowel movements and eliminates waste from your body. But if you avoid fiber-rich foods, it can cause you to become constipated. And when you're constipated, the food moves too slowly through your digestive system. This means your body absorbs more of those dangerous toxins. Toxins like urea and creatinine, which damage your kidneys even more. So, while it might seem like a minor issue, constipation is a major roadblock to healing. And it's something this case study, had to tackle head-on. But here's the twist. He didn't just suffer in silence. Instead, he took action to break free from this vicious cycle. He made a key decision. Focus on the right foods to keep his digestion flowing. And the results, they were nothing short of life-changing. So, let's get into the science behind this. Remember, when you're constipated, the food moves too slowly through your digestive system. And that's when things get really tricky for kidney patients. Because potassium, the very mineral that kidney patients are told to watch out for, is now being absorbed longer than it should be. What does that mean? It means elevated potassium levels. Potassium that builds up in the blood, leading to heart arrhythmias, muscle weakness, and a whole list of other dangerous complications. But that's not all. When food stays too long in the gut, it doesn't just absorb potassium, it also absorbs uremic toxins. Toxins like creatinine and urea. These are the same toxins that damage kidney tissue. The same toxins that can make you feel sick, tired, and weak. They clog up your system. So when you're constipated, you're giving your body extra time to absorb these toxins. And your kidneys, they get even more stressed trying to filter all that out. Now, imagine this man's situation. Dealing with stage 5 kidney disease, struggling with constipation, and all those toxins slowly building up inside him. But here's the good news. His diet turned it around. The foods he chose started reducing the absorption of these toxins, allowing his kidneys to rest and heal. The constipation, it began to clear up. The uremic toxins, they started to decrease. It wasn't an overnight miracle, but day by day, week by week, his body began to heal. And that's the key. How you eat can make all the difference. It's not just about what's on your plate. It's about how that food works inside you. This man didn't just avoid dialysis. He gave his kidneys a fighting chance. And he did it by focusing on gut health. Because the gut and kidneys are inextricably linked. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. What if I told you that certain foods could help you clear up constipation, improve your digestion, and reduce the very toxins that are slowly destroying your kidneys? Sounds too good to be true, right? But it's not. It's all about choosing the right natural remedies that are hiding in plain sight. Let me introduce you to some powerful foods that can heal the gut, and, in turn, give your kidneys a break. First up, we've got plums and prunes. You've heard of them before. Maybe you thought of them as an old people food. But here's the truth. Prunes are a kidney patient's best friend. Not only are they known as natural laxatives, but they're packed with fiber. The kind of fiber your body needs to keep things moving smoothly. Prunes also have phenolic compounds, which help reduce inflammation in your body. That means less strain on your kidneys and less uremic toxin buildup. And guess what else? Prunes are loaded with antioxidants, especially anthocyanins, which help fight oxidative stress in your kidneys. But a word of caution. Because prunes are so concentrated, you don't need to overdo it. Moderation is key. A small handful is all you need to reap the benefits. Next, let's talk about papaya again. Remember how this fruit helped fight inflammation? Well, it's also a gut superstar. Papaya contains an enzyme called papain, which helps break down protein and aids in digestion. That's key when you're eating a kidney-friendly, low-protein diet. And we can't forget flax seeds. These tiny powerhouses are loaded with fiber, both soluble and insoluble, which helps improve the transit of food through your intestines. They're also rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which help fight inflammation in your kidneys. Flax seeds are great because they're easy to add to smoothies, cereals, or even yogurt. And finally, let's not overlook kiwi. This little fruit is packed with vitamin C, which is crucial for kidney health, and it contains sorbitol, a natural laxative that helps with digestion. But here's the real kicker. Kiwi also has actinidin, an enzyme that helps your digestive system break down proteins. It's like a helper for your gut. Kiwi isn't just a fruit. It's a digestive aid and a kidney helper all in one. So you can see, by choosing these fruits and seeds, this man was able to improve his gut health, reduce toxin buildup, and protect his kidneys. And remember, these aren't just magical quick fixes. They're part of a long-term strategy for kidney health. Alright, by now, we've covered a lot of ground. We've talked about fruits, fiber, prunes, and papaya. But there's one question that I know is probably lingering in your mind. What about blood sugar? After all, many kidney patients are also managing diabetes. So, is it really okay to eat all these fruits, especially when they contain natural sugars? The answer may surprise you. The truth is, fruit is not the enemy. In fact, fruits should be at the foundation of a kidney-friendly diet. But the key is to understand which fruits to eat and how to balance your intake. Let's start by tackling one of the biggest misconceptions: sugar in fruit. Here's the thing. The sugar in fruit is different from the refined sugars we find in candy or soda. This is natural sugar, wrapped in fiber, vitamins, and minerals. And guess what? Recent research is showing that natural sugar from fruits doesn't spike your blood sugar in the same way as processed sugars. Now, let's get more specific. If you're worried about blood sugar spikes, here are some low-carb fruits that are perfect for kidney patients and diabetics alike. Avocados. Yes, they're technically a fruit, and no, they won't raise your blood sugar. Avocados are high in healthy fats and fiber, and low in carbs. They're an excellent source of nutrients like vitamin K, vitamin E, and potassium, all great for kidney health. Olives. Another fruit that's low in carbs and packed with healthy fats. Olives are nutrient-dense and can be a great addition to your diet. They're also rich in antioxidants, which help reduce inflammation. Coconuts. Whether you enjoy coconut water or coconut meat, this is another fruit that is incredibly low in sugar and high in healthy fats. Coconuts are also packed with fiber, which can help regulate blood sugar levels. But let's not stop there. There are some fruits that you might have been warned about, like bananas and grapes, which contain higher amounts of sugar. But the key is moderation. You don't have to avoid these fruits completely. Just be mindful of portion sizes. And here's the most important part. Prioritize protein reduction before worrying too much about fruit. In fact, cutting excess protein is one of the most effective ways to protect your kidneys. If you're worried about blood sugar, focus on balancing your fruit intake with low-protein, high-fiber foods, and you'll keep your blood sugar stable while supporting your kidney health. The bottom line? Don't let fear of sugar stop you from enjoying fruits. With the right choices and moderation, fruits can be a powerful ally in your fight against kidney disease and diabetes. I know what you're probably thinking. All of this, fruits, vegetables, low-protein foods, fiber, it sounds great, but it's complicated, right? You're not alone in feeling this way. The kidney diet is complex. It's not as simple as just eating healthy. It requires careful thought, planning, and yes, a little bit of trial and error. But here's the truth. It's doable. You don't have to have a medical degree to make it work. What you do need is patience and commitment. But above all, you need to personalize your approach. Why? Because no two people's kidney health is exactly the same. Some might need to avoid certain foods, while others can eat them without issue. It's all about finding what works best for you. And that's why, while there are general rules for a kidney-friendly diet, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. The trickiest part is tailoring the diet to your own needs, to your body, to your specific kidney function. Some days you might feel like you're doing everything right, and other days it might feel like you've fallen short. But don't let that discourage you. With time, you'll get the hang of it. You'll learn how to balance your meals, how to manage portion sizes, and how to feel good about what you're eating. Remember, your goal isn't perfection, it's progress. And every step you take toward a kidney-friendly diet is a step toward better health. Now that we've covered fruits, let's turn our attention to another crucial part of your diet: vegetables. You might be wondering, are vegetables really that important for kidney health? Absolutely. Vegetables, especially the low-protein variety, are packed with essential nutrients that can support kidney function. They're full of fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins, which help reduce the toxic load on your kidneys and improve overall health. Let's start with carrots. Now, you might think of them as a simple snack, but trust me, they're more than just a crunchy treat. Carrots are low in protein, and their alkaline properties help detoxify your body. They're also packed with beta-carotene, which has been linked to lower blood pressure, a crucial benefit for kidney patients. But there's more. Carrots are rich in antioxidants, which help fight oxidative stress and reduce inflammation in the body. These are critical factors when it comes to protecting your kidneys from further damage. Next up, let's talk about onions. You might not give them much thought, but onions are a kidney superhero. They're incredibly low in protein and high in fiber, perfect for keeping your gut healthy and helping digestion. Onions are also packed with prebiotics, which feed the beneficial bacteria in your gut. And those sulfur compounds in onions, they help lower LDL cholesterol and reduce inflammation. But wait, there's more. Onions also contain anti-inflammatory properties, which are essential for kidney health. And don't forget, they help detoxify your system, which ultimately eases the strain on your kidneys. Finally, let's dive into the wonderful world of mushrooms. Did you know that mushrooms, especially shiitake mushrooms, are nearly protein-free? They're also rich in vitamin D, which is crucial for maintaining strong bones, something kidney patients need to focus on. Shiitake mushrooms contain beta-glucans, which help improve cholesterol levels. They're an excellent source of nutrients and can easily be incorporated into soups, stews, or stir-fries. You don't have to go wild with mushrooms, but they're definitely worth adding to your diet for their kidney benefits. Just remember, don't forage for wild mushrooms unless you're an expert. You don't want to risk poisoning yourself. We've covered a lot of ground today: fruits, vegetables, and foods that can support your kidneys and improve your health. But here's the thing: this journey doesn't stop here. If you want to take your kidney health to the next level, start making these changes today. Don't wait. Start with small, simple steps. Incorporate more fruits and vegetables into your diet. Be mindful of protein. And remember, consistency is key. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on future content like this. We're here to help you navigate your kidney health one step at a time. Like this video if you found it useful, and share it with someone you care about. Because you never know who might need to hear this life-changing information. And leave a comment below. Tell me, which of these foods are you going to start eating first to improve your kidney health? Let's get the conversation going. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. God bless you all, take care of your kidneys, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.